We were at the wrong place at the wrong time. In 1929, my father had taken his young bride from Holland to Indonesia because he had just acquired a job there as a teacher. By the time the Second World War started, my parents had 5 children. My dad was drafted in the Dutch army and was soon taken prisoner of war. He was interned in a concentration camp on the big island of Sumatra. Women and children were put in civilian camps. We lost our home, all of our belongings. We suffered from malaria, dysentery, severe lack of vitamins, beriberi, and so on. So I would like to tell a little story in the form of a poem about one of the ladies that was so cruelly treated. She was our block leader. The whole camp was divided into blocks, and every block had a block leader. So this is the story about one of those block leaders. And it goes like this. You don't know me. I know you well, however. You were tall and brave and stern. People liked you. They depended on you. You were ready for them in time of need. You offered an encouraging word, a pat on the back, a prayer. You offered hope to the hopeless. You brought a smile on a sad and embittered countenance. You shared of what you had, food for the soul, and lots of love. You don't remember me, but I surely remember you. How can I ever forget you? It was a very sad day when the Japanese took you away to be punished for the crimes others had committed. You were responsible. You were the block leader. I can still see you go between 2 Japanese soldiers, tall and straight. I heard you that afternoon, dear lady. I heard your moans and groans and screams. Again and again and again. I cried for you. I cried with you. Your screams are haunting me still. It took so long. Then you came back, all alone. You couldn't walk straight. Your hair was all shaved off. Blood was running down your face, down your dress. Your knees almost buckled under you. You were broken. I watched you limp by. I watched you with big, tearful eyes. I was only 10. That picture of you is buried deep in my heart, and I've never forgotten it. And I never will. I salute you, dear nameless lady. Many a moment I'm silent and remember you. The name of this camp was Chideng, one of the 2 worst camps on Java. The name still fills me with horror. We were dehumanized and terrorized. I was about 9 years old when I got there. About 10,000 people lived in this camp at one time. The only place that we could call our own was the space on the floor where we could roll out our thin mattress. And in front of where we lived grew a tall cherry tree. And I would climb to the top because it was the only place where I felt truly safe. Later on, many years later, I wrote down some of my memories and collected them in a manuscript. And I called that "Every Child Should Have a Cherry Tree." What is forgiveness and what is it not? It's not erasing the past. It doesn't mean forgetting. Many people believe that forgive and forget is a formula for forgiving. It does not always result in warm, fuzzy feelings. Not at all. It doesn't mean that you wait for the other person to ask for forgiveness. It doesn't mean that we have to trust the person again. That might position us to be re-injured. It does not mean that we condone or minimize the offense. It was not okay, and there may be consequences. Forgiveness is not a feeling. It is a decision we make from our will. However, forgiveness is releasing the other person into the freedom of our forgiveness. It means releasing any desire for revenge, repayment, bitterness, or punishment. It's not easy to do, and I discovered that time and time again, I had to start that process over because things were stirring inside of me, and I thought I better make sure I have forgiven Sona and all his army of enemies. So it takes time. It is a process, but it also makes us realize that we need to be forgiven, and we need that forgiveness from God.